Hello top 11 managers around the world, welcome back to your channel Mamun Prefer Gaming. In this video you are going to watch top 2 formation and tactics in top 11. And number 2 is 3-1-5-1 formation, one of the best formation in top 11, and this one is the best formation for money users. This one is the most used formation in top 11 football manager. And last season also this formation worked really well, for the money user. I should say that this formation is a bit of money users formation. It's not the formation for the non-money users like us, because you need to build quality player for this formation. The intensity, the reason behind of effectiveness, for this formation is the intensity of midfield. So the more you create intense in your midfield, the more you create opportunity, the more you create goals, and the more you actually control the game. Like I want to give an example. If you remember about 2010 World Cup, there is a relation between these because in 2010 World Cup, Spain owned that World Cup, and throughout the tournament Spain was actually midfield based team, and their midfield actually provided the most of the deadly passes to win, to score goals rather. So they didn't have the strikers in that time, the best strikers, the world's best strikers. They even suffered many matches because of strikers, key strikers. Of course they had strikers, not a bad striker at all. I shouldn't say bad striker. David Villa, one of the best striker for them in that World Cup. But again, there were more better player in big teams, other big teams. They were having very, very good strikers than him. The reason behind his success was actually because of the midfielders, Xavi, Iniesta. These players actually in the midfield, they created opportunity, and as a result he was able to find goals. David Villa was able to find many goals. So this way, Spain won the World Cup in 2010. Tiki-taka at its best, and you should understand this formation is the best formation for the midfielders. And now if I talk about the tactic, I prefer attacking tactic for this formation because it is having very, very intense midfield, and I really want to focus on attack because these midfielders will push hard to go for attack. Doesn't matter there is no striker or only one lone attacking midfielder who is a MC. Doesn't really matter because these intensive players, they'll push forward and they will surely score. You don't need when you have midfielders like Xavi, Iniesta, sort of 5 midfielders like these, you don't really need to focus on a striker. So now as you can see, I'm gonna go for team mentality, attack, focus, passing. You can go for short, you throw the middle as well, and passing style you can go for short as well, and if you don't want trouble you can go for mixed as well, no problem. But I prefer passing style always short. If you go for the focus passing, the focus passing go for mixed, passing style go for short. So force counter attack always off, and pressing style high, tackling style hard. This will break the rhythm, this will break the moral of the opponent. When you tackle hard, they are gonna be really frustrated as they will not be able to go through your midfield. And so murky style should be zonal. Play offside trap, you can go for it on as well. If you want, you can also make it off as well. Hello managers around the world. Hello managers around my channel. You are watching my And the number 1 formation is 4-2-1-3, guys. This one is the most successful formation, especially for non-money users, and it proved, last season I experimented a lot using this formation, and it was proved to be the number 1 formation for money users. You know what? There is a truth that they can even defend with just 2-3 defenders. Yes, guys, it is true that if you have 200% plus very giant DCs, you can even, go with 3 DC. That's it. You don't need any other defenders. They can defend, But for non-money users, it is not possible. In that case, 4 defender formations are the best formation to win titles. This is true. So the good thing about this formation is balanced defense, keeping it 4 defenders and also have balanced midfield. You can technically say 5 midfielders. 3 midfielders are attacking midfielders. They will also create opportunity for scoring. They will also score themselves. And 2 central midfielder, making this a great midfield as well. So you already saw that you have very good balanced defense, and also you have now balanced midfield as well. And look at this attack, guys. 1 striker, but these 3 attacking midfielder will also act like a striker. They'll also join attacking, making the attack more and more dangerous. 4 attackers technically, 1 main striker, making this formation a very aggressive, balanced formation. Using this formation and tactics, I have owned 2 club quadruple. That means I own quadruple in 2 clubs, and you've seen I showed you in my main club, I showed you many matches and how I own all the tournaments using these formation and tactics. So team mentality for these formation can be normal to attacking, depending on the intensity of the game, depending on the requirement of the game. If you need to score goal desperately, you can go for attacking. If you need to defend a bit, if you think that the opponent is very aggressive and dangerous, you can go for normal as well. Focus passing can be mixed, as usual. This is actually my default tactic, always I use this default tactic. You can change also focus passing. Mixed is a default, but you can also go for a great change, let's say if your opponent is having very poor DR, you can go for right flank as well. I mean the focus passing. And if your opponent is having a very weak DL, you can also go for a left flank as well. And if you think that your opponent is not having DL DR, then you can also go for down both the flank you can use. And if you still think that your opponent is having DL DR but they are not as good as your flanks, then you can also go for down both flank. Now passing style mixed is the wise option, because you need both the pass, like long and short. Sometimes depending on the situation you can go for a specific. And force counter attack, you will always keep it off, because you're not playing counter attack football here, you're playing very attacking football. Now pressing style, it should be low, or you can use also high. Sometime you can go for high as well, just to increase the intensity, but you should not go for a long time. You should go for a short period of time, so that your players do not get so tired easily. Tackling style easy, because you're not playing defending games. You're not going to hurt the attackers of your opponent. You're going to play very simply, so that you do not receive any cards. So it should be easy. Marking style zonal, always I prefer zonal. And play offside trap, all for one, it doesn't really matter.